Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 606 of FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Piles, joined as always by Stephen Kyle Brackey and Ben Funky Askren. Ben, had a little bit of wrestling in your state yesterday, the Wisconsin Penn State duel. Did you get to check it out?
I did actually. So like I said, it was nice that it was very early. It was at 4 p.m. So I missed the first match, Berwick and RBY, but I saw everything else. It was not pretty for the Badgers. It's very ugly.
No, they were. I mean, the match they could have won. They didn't wrestle Hilger, which hurt. But yeah, they were not favored to win any of those. I don't know. I think
49. I mean, 49. Schermbrock's had a couple of good wins.
Yeah.
And they wrestled. I don't know what Penn State's doing at 49. It feels they're throwing someone different in every single week. They wrestled Bo Bartlett at 141, so maybe he's not going 49. But I think they've had three different. They've had Bear Claw, they've had Verclear, and they've had Gardner all as starters at 149 to this point.
Yeah. So I thought coming into this year, you wrestle Lee and Bartlett at 41 and 49 in some order. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, and it has me cooling kind of some of my Penn State expectations. I thought Bartlett was ready to go and going to be an impact guy right away. I still think he could be, but he wrestled at 141. Penn State is not a kind of team to have some big midseason weight change, shakeup type of thing. And so I feel like he's just going to wrestle a couple matches at 41, and Nick Lee's obviously going to be the guy there. He looks fantastic.
Good. Well, hey, Christian, I know you always have plans for Kale. But what could be the good of keeping Bo Bartlett at 141? Nick Lee's the guy. He's what you guys have him at number 1 or number 2, or so you have him somewhere relatively high up there. I mean, why would you keep Bartlett at 41? Doesn't make sense. I mean, if he couldn't beat the guy at 49, okay, maybe, but I don't know. If he's that good, throw him up there and get him some matches.
I don't understand. I do feel like Bo would be a better option than Gardner, Bearclaw, or I mean, Verclearen's a different situation, but I feel like with Verclearen, he's going to be in a lot of really close matches. He can't get really turns on top, but maybe Bartlett, Jared's really tough to take down, and maybe Verclearen's winning that match in the room, and I don't know. I don't know the rationale. I feel like the upside is with Bo, but if he's weighing in at 141 in wrestling, I don't see them in a couple weeks saying, "Okay, you're our guy at Big Tens," which
it doesn't make sense.
For the Iowa duel and for their trophy case, it's going to be a lot tougher because you already aren't quite sure what 25 is going to be with Robbie Howard not wrestling a match yet, being a true freshman who would have probably redshirted this year. There's a chance he would have redshirted if it had been a regular year, and he still hasn't wrestled yet. By the way,
he still hasn't wrestled.
Kirk Fleet.
His first match could be Spencer Lee, by the way.
I heard it's going to be. So
I would not put him in the first match against Spencer Lee. I mean, I think a kid could probably guess how miserable that's going to be, but you can't probably totally feel it until you're out there getting your face grounded in the mat. I would skip that one as his first one.
Yeah, and maybe so. Maybe that's what they elect to do. Then it would be Malik Heinzelman, and then I don't know who Maryland wrestles at 25, but so that would be his 3 matches. So very well could be 1 and 2 if he going into Big Tens if he ends up being their guy. So question mark at 25. They're great at 33. Roman looks awesome. Like he could definitely win a title this year. Nick Lee can definitely win a title this year. 49, I don't know. Anytime you see a bunch of different starters in there, it's not super encouraging, especially when none of them are particularly impressive or putting up the points. I feel like Berge looks fine. He looks like an All-American contender.
I thought he actually looked pretty good yesterday.
Yeah.
Because, Model's someone who he's been tough, but, he's been like a 20 to 30 type guy at times. He's had a couple bad losses, but he's been relatively consistent, and Berge kind of kicked his butt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was not a competitive match.
Yeah. I was actually impressed by Berge. I thought that, I thought he looked really good compared to what I've seen, what I saw last year.
Well, I've always been a little bit higher on Berge than the results have suggested with him. So I view him as like a top 8-ish guy. But you look at the top 3, I don't think anyone's getting inside of the Deacon, Hidlay, Carr conversation. Then you've got this Della Vecchia, Young, Lee, Kendall Coleman, Wyatt Sheets tier, and I think he can slot in there. Then you've got Luan and JQs in the mix. So I think he's there, top 10 guy, good chance to place if he continues to improve. Remember, I'm sure he's spent a large amount of time off the mat with his injury. He tried to come back a couple different times, but wasn't the same guy. He lost to Quinn Kinner, I think, last year, which, Quinn's tough, but Berge shouldn't be losing to a 41-pounder, right? He's good.
Yeah.
65.
Where's Quinn Kinner this year? You said a name, and I don't feel like I've seen him anywhere.
He's off the roster. Yeah, he's off the roster. I don't know where he is. I don't know what happened to Quinn.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. I asked. I got no response. So
they ignored you?
They ignored me. So I don't know where Quinn Kinner is, but he's all right and eligible and everything. He'd be good. He'd be a good guy to.
You guys think? I don't know him at all, Christian, but just the fact that he was willing to, suck all the weight and go down to 33 and then bump up and wrestle all the way to 57, like. That's the kind of dude I want on my team. I don't know anything else about him, but just that one piece of information, I like it.
I feel the same way. I see. What names are in there?
Well, that's new.
Say it.
What?
Gabe Tag's in the transfer portal.
What?
Yep.
That just came out?
Yeah. He just entered today.
Whoa. Okay.
I wonder, is it just going to be Gabe?
Is Quinn Kinner in the transfer portal?
He's not.
So that's a little different situation. I have absolutely no clue what's going on with Quinn Kinner and why he's not with the team.
Okay. That would be a really valuable. I feel like that could be such a valuable pickup for a lot of teams, frankly. He was very solid last year at essentially 4 weight classes above where he started.
Yes. He was solid there. He was solid. He won some matches at 33. I think he's obviously a 41-pounder. 41, but he could go 49 and be productive for Yes. There's a lot of teams that could use someone with that skill level.
He beat Brady Berge at 57 last year.
Yep. But I'm not entirely sure what that means. Based on what that Brady Berge was versus what he looks like now. 65. Yeah. Joe Lee's a question for me. I think he's looked really solid this year. Like, good. He's probably not Nick level, but I look at this at 165, and I think he can go with a lot of these guys. The top 3 are nails with Mackay, Marinelli, Griffith. And you've got Valencia, Whitlake, really solid. Danny Bronicle has been really good. But then this Zach Hartman, Ethan Smith, Jake Wenzel, Keating, basically the entire ACC. I think he slots in with those kind of guys. I think he's interesting.
Yeah, I see the same thing. And I think once you get, even below Whitlake, maybe Bronicle's been good, but he doesn't blow people out of the water. Yeah. There's a whole kind of a tier there, right? We love the tiers. There's the whole tier there where, I would go even all the way down to Keegan, right? Where at 20, right? So we're gonna go like number 6, number 20, where I wouldn't be super shocked if anyone in that 6 through 20 beat anyone else in that 6 through 20. Like Peyton Robb over Ethan Smith. That's not that shocking to me. Andrew Sparks, I could see getting some upsets. So that feels like there's a lot of parity in that tier.
Yeah, and Keegan really kind of looms large as this guy where he could be someone that enters that top 5 conversation. We just aren't entirely sure where he fits. He could be in that tier 1, tier 2 type of echelon for all we know.
Yeah.
But someone like Joe Lee, I could see him placing 100%. But again, they're not going to have that title contending point score that you're going to need if you want to contend for a high spot on the podium.
Yes, agreed.
74, Starocki, our guy. I don't know.
I'm way too high on him, I feel like. Crediger's so much better than he was last year. He's doing a really good job. He's a hard worker. But then between this and then also the Donnell Washington, I thought you and I both, not just me, thought that Storoki could be challenging for a national title this year. And, Jared wrestled him really tough. Donnell beat him, and kind of that accumulation. I think Jared's going to be a guy who can be challenging to be an All-American this year. I think he's so much improved from last year. But, he still lost to Mikey Labriola 10-4, I think it was last Sunday. So he's not entering that upper echelon yet. And so, he went super close. I think it was 3-3 going to the third period, or 3. No, he gave up the escape. So it was 4-3, and then he gave up the ride time point in the third period. So it's 5-3 final score.
Yeah, he got taken down, I believe. He's not super from neutral. He's just not getting his attacks off at the rate I thought he probably would. Yeah, he is good on. He's clearly good on top. He can ride, and that's going to put him in a lot of matches. And you know what? We're 3 matches in, and we're not saying there's no reason to be concerned at all. He's going to be awesome, but we were putting him in Kimmer conversation, and we've got Kimmer, Logan Massa, and all I'm going to say is not yet. I haven't seen that yet. I thought we could kind of skip to the end a little bit, and there's an element of predictions and prognosticating, and like, okay, this guy looked great last year, looks awesome in freestyle, but just kind of maybe more of a traditional trajectory for Carter. But we'll see. 3 matches in, he'll have his opportunities. He'll wrestle Caleb Romero, who's really, really good. He'll get a shot against Kimmer, who's clearly the number 1 guy. I don't know if they're going to wrestle Michigan.
They would have, but it's been postponed because of Michigan's
who knows
deal.
Yep. Maybe they'll throw him back in there like they did.
That's what I'm saying. If they throw that back in there, man, what if they did Iowa, Penn State, Michigan? They should just do a tri-meet.
That would be fantastic. Christian, can you tell them we have a plan?
I have so many plans. That's among my better plans.
Well, they just threw this Wisconsin thing in there last minute, so why not throw it together?
And honestly,
Piles Invitational.
Yeah, the Piles invite. And you know what? It's like under normal circumstances, I'd be like, yeah, you don't want to give up a home date, but ain't no fans coming. No one's gonna be there. No one gets to come and watch, so you're not losing like a real home day. Maybe there's an element of the home mat advantage. Shout out Sam Herring, but other than that, I don't understand. I think just make it happen. Have the matches. That would be sick.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree.
Where's the Iowa-Penn State duel going to be? Penn State?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just tell Michigan to come on over.
So, hey, I guess I'm guessing you're probably not going to have an answer for me on this one, but is there been did someone in the media ask the Big Ten, hey, you guys added Wisconsin, Penn State at the last minute. Is there any chance you're going to add more matches at the last minute? Did anyone ask them that?
No.
Someone should ask them. Can we call Big Ten HQ?
You can.
Yeah, just call Kevin Warren. Ask him what's up.
Ask him. Be like, hey, what's up with
Kevin
this duel?
Warren. He's the new commissioner.
Kevin Warren? Yeah, okay, got it.
He's on fire.
I'll send him a tweet.
He's killing it right now. So Starocki looks like All-American. He's ranked 7th right now. That looks about right. I could for sure see him beating both Romeros, Demetrius and Caleb. I would predict him to beat DJ Washington if they wrestle again. But are we calling him Donnell? Does he go by Donnell?
Donnell is what his name was growing up. That's what I know him as. If he officially changed it to DJ, he can change it to DJ. I don't know. That was just, like I said, my guys wrestled him a whole bunch of times, so that's what I knew.
His name on the roster is Donnell. It's his Twitter name as well.
Okay,
so.
Where did I see DJ?
It was on the score graphic, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I believe it's on the score graphic.
It's kind of a Chad Red, CJ Red situation here.
Like that, yes. So, I mean, hey, the thing with Starocki, though, because he hasn't quite lived up to this hype that we were giving him, and I think a big reason is we've seen this happen how many times with Penn State guys. In his freshman year, he was 19-0. That's a really, really good redshirt year. And we've seen so many Penn State guys, even maybe not even have as good of a year of that as that, right? Say a Bo Nickel, right? He didn't have quite that good of a year. And then all of a sudden he jumps to the stratosphere the next year. And we've seen that happen. So I don't want to say I'm surprised, but I was definitely expecting more out of him this year. And who knows? Maybe it's a weight cut issue. Maybe we want to see something different. But right now, he does not look like he could challenge Massa and Kemmerer.
No, I don't think so. Okay, 84. Brooks looks awesome. I think he's my pick. He was my pick to win NCAAs last year, and I'm gonna probably pick him to win NCAAs this year.
He looks so good.
He looks bigger too, which I think is he was not a full 84 last year. Now his collar and ankle is really nice, but he's got that. He can really fire off from space too. He hit Weiler with just a beautiful double, almost like a head and chest, was really right in his gut and put him down. He's really good on top as well. So Aaron Brooks looks like, we just watched Chris Weiler beat Taylor Vance, and then he just got picked apart.
Yeah,
97
6 takedowns or
something like that.
6 or 7.
Yeah. Most of them from the ankle pick. Then 97, we saw Beard again, or Beard, I guess, for the first time this year.
First time, yes.
And it looked fine. The Wisconsin's guy is not
bad.
He's not someone that's going to qualify for NCAA, so it's really tough to make a true assessment. And no starter for Wisconsin at heavyweight, and then Neville's went for Penn State, so I don't really know if either of those guys will be the starters come Big Tens. There's a lot of, I guess you could call it good news circulating about Kirkfleet that he would be back before Big Tens. Yeah, but we'll see, right?
Okay.
So that was Penn State. I think if you compare their performance to the Northwestern Indiana, I thought they looked better. I thought they looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Get the first matches out of their system. Wisconsin is the toughest team that they've faced so far. I would say they're a tougher dual team than what Northwestern put out against them. So, they passed that test, and they have Iowa next on the
12th.
So they have this weekend off?
Yes. Well, they were supposed to wrestle Michigan.
Schedule them.
Oh, man.
So they need to schedule them somewhere because they only have 3 matches. Put them somewhere.
Yeah. We got to get
Kevin Warren, do your job.
Honestly, why not Michigan go to Penn State, and then you get 2 of the duels you were going to miss, right? Because you missed Iowa. You
probably
missed
need to move it to Saturday, just so you could do all the duels,
Oh, yeah, not 9, because that's a 9 o'clock.
Your classic 9 p.m. start time on Friday night.
Jeez.
What
Caleb going to have to stay up real late for that one. Okay.
Kevin F. Warren, is this your guy right here?
Oh, here we go. Ben.
I don't know what his middle initial is.
I just want to text him or tweet. I don't know his phone number.
Kevin.
I just want to ask him: are there any more plans to reschedule Big Ten duels? Can I do that, or is that somehow offensive? I think it's.
That's
fine.
not offensive, but you know what? You just assume that we're going to assume you're going to be polite on Twitter. You're not. You're
I'm
not
so polite.
You're not that polite.
You're not. When people come at me, I gotta hit back a little bit. Listen, if you grab a man's junk and it's on video, don't try to say you didn't grab the man's junk. It's on video. We all see it.
This is why I was reluctant to talk about it, because I knew what would happen. We would have a little bit. It'd be funny, and then
it was hilarious.
But I knew he wouldn't be able to help himself, and it was bad enough that he did it. But I was like, this is not a guy that's going to just back down and fade into the background and just kind of let the moment pass. He has to re-engage, and I knew he would re-engage. I knew AJ would respond. His response wasn't good, and he screenshotted the part after he let go of Younger's.
Because you can see his hand is closed, and then his hand opens.
And the singlet drops down.
I noticed too, because I was going in slow motion. When he has it closed, the singlet on Younger's leg is up, like it's being pulled. And then when
pulling it.
And then when AJ opens his hands, it goes down.
Yeah, you got to. How do you got to get him off Twitter?
You got to get him off Twitter.
You got to get him off Twitter.
It's time. It's just for everyone's good. It is for. Namely, one person's good. It would be the best thing for him. It would be great for him, because he's right now, he's young and not as mature as he'll be in 5 years, and he'll have to look back at this and be like, Oh man, that's the unfortunate thing about social media is that you can
I
let
agree.
stuff. I mean, I happened to me, and I'm a grown
What'd you
man.
do?
Well, no, just Twitter stuff. You look back 5 years, like, man, I was kind of an idiot, right? You still
Yeah, I'm so happy I didn't have this when I was 16 years old or whatever.
exactly.
So happy.
Even 19, 20, you're an idiot when you're 19 and 20 years old in general.
Yes, you
There's
are.
only a few. I mean,
Let's see, when did I get Twitter? I want to say 2009 maybe. So that was, how old was I? 24? Yeah, I was good. I was a little more mature. If I was in college, I probably would say some crazy stuff.
yeah, absolutely. So, man, Ben Askren on Twitter during your college career would have been probably fantastic. You were a message board troll. You probably would have been pretty good on there.
I wasn't on the message boards at all in college or anything though. So I was, and I think I maybe added Facebook my senior year of college or something.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. Yeah.
It's not a great look for Oklahoma State either.
No, it's not. I mean, but priority one is it will help out AJ.
Yes.
He could be a very popular wrestler. He's gonna be very marketable. He's gonna be really good. So it's just like you take this thing. Where's the upside? Where's the upside? You have to ask yourself, where's the upside?
Well, maybe he wants to go into WWE when he gets older. I mean, listen, this dude, he's a personality. He's gonna do something. He's gonna do WWE.
Honestly,
maybe MMA. I don't know, something.
He would be I want him in the WWE now, and I don't even like WWE. He's perfect. I feel like he's already in the WWE. I feel like it already happened.
He just doesn't know it yet. I feel like we're already envisioning Gable Stevenson and AJ Ferrari fighting for the WWE title in 2029.
Oh yeah, get a ladder match going with those two. A little rage in the cage. Yeah, I think it's necessary. So yeah, I think it's time to. You got to do the kid a favor. Get him off Twitter.
Seriously.
He's gonna be okay.
Or just let him go to the WWE already.
Or let him go.
We can just strip him off.
I would be really sad if that was the end of AJ Ferrari wrestling in college.
But you guys know the WWE is like they control your you don't say things that they don't want you to say. Like they have access to your social media. They control the narrative. Yeah, you can't just go off. You can't go off on AJ Ferrari tangents.
And you want to be in the WWE, Ben?
I do not want to be in the WWE.
You went and met with him.
He heard him out.
Listen, it was a great time. I talked to him. Listen, at some point, I think like doing one match would be fun. I really do. Like, who doesn't want to do that? Just one time. But no, I have too much of a life established to go do it for year round. But no, it was cool. I really thought it was awesome when I went down there. But no, I will not be a full-time professional wrestler.
All right. Okay.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. Heard it here first. Wow.
We're breaking all kinds of news.
All
today.
the WWE blogs. I know they all listen. Oh.
I think AJ Ferrari is gonna be a full-time professional wrestler, and I think Gable Stevenson is too. And we can already see the seeds. We can see the seeds of this happening. Right? It's gonna happen. They're gonna fight for the WWE belt in 5 years.
Man, I would probably watch that. That'd be the first fake wrestling match I've watched since I was, 10 years old.
Yeah.
But I'd watch that one. Okay.
Definitely.
So, yes, please.
You know who else is – I'm sorry. You know who else is a superstar in WWE, and he's already in it, so maybe he could fight these guys also? Jacob Kasper. They love this guy. He's going to be a superstar.
What takes so long to get these guys? I feel like Casper's been doing this for like a year or two. What takes the –
No, he just started. Literally,
Oh, really?
When I was there, visiting, that was like his, I don't know what you call it, orientation week or something like that. That was when
he's
he
got
was
the look.
Started. He's really smart, and he's gonna be good. I think
He's got good headlocks. He'll be very athletic.
Isn't Denzel Desjardins doing good right now too?
Yes, he is. I actually I met him when I was down there too. He's doing really good. I mean, there's been a lot of former Division I college wrestlers. The problem is a lot of them aren't famous enough. I think Denzel kept his own name because it was pretty damn cool. But
it's a cool name.
I keep forgetting. Everhart, he changed his name.
He's like Nathan Jackson or something. Or no, that's
Nathan Jackson.
No, Christian. That's the other Indiana wrestler. Oh my gosh. Nathan Everhart has a different name, but I think he had an injury and he's out.
Nathan Everhart.
But then Levi Cooper has
Jason
a
Jordan.
name.
Jason Jordan.
Jason
I
Jordan.
knew there was a J involved.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys change their names. Listen, I think Gable's gonna be too popular by the time he gets WWE and change his name, and I think Ferrari might be in the same case. You might have to leave them as Gable.
Why would you change the name AJ Ferrari?
It's the coolest
great name.
It's cool.
It's unbelievable. I can't believe it's real. I can't believe there's someone walking among us with the God-given name AJ Ferrari, but he's here, and he's exactly what do you think someone named AJ Ferrari would be like? Exactly the way he is.
Jacked.
It's almost too perfect. He's gonna be jacked. He's gonna be tan. He's gonna, be cocky. He's delivered every step of the way.
Real.
Oh man. Okay.
I mean, it's not as cool of a name as Kenny Monday.
Nomad Love
my God.
thinks that's the coolest name. I was like, yeah, it's cool, fine, but AJ Ferrari, that's the name right there.
Ferrari's way better.
Yeah. Okay, so
If you want to have a seamless transition, we can talk about a little Twitter skirmish Kenny Monday got into over the weekend.
this was tough.
This was facepalm material.
This was facepalm.
So listen, I am
cue
not
it up.
innocent because I started fighting with AJ Ferrari, but Ferrari came at me first. So I just, I tried to.
Well, hold on.
What?
I don't think you can say he came at you first when we had a show like 8 hours before. And
Well, you forced me to talk about it, Christian.
I did not.
All we did was break down
put it on the
what
doc.
he did.
This was
I
Steve.
did not. Our
Steve.
literal job is to talk about what happens in wrestling. You guys put it in the doc. AJ grabs dude's junk, and then we put the video up. We can all see it.
It was the thing
It's not
people
like
asked us about the
gossip.
most, and you know it.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
40% of all the questions were about AJ's
Yes.
manhandling.
Oh, that was good.
Oh God.
How'd that just? Where was that yesterday?
Yeah.
Where was manhandling yesterday? All these lines come to me. I can come up with manhandling, but I called Nate Everhart Nate Jackson.
Well, they were teammates. They're probably buddies.
Yeah. I doubt they were teammates. I'm pretty sure Everhart was gone.
Really?
Maybe they
Nate?
overlapped. He was.
I think Nate Jackson. Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
Anyway, cue up the
Put a tweet on the screen.
Kenny Monday, Hayden Hidlay.
Yeah, so Hayden looks amazing on Friday night. Mason Beckman tweets about it, and as he says, it's pretty incredible. He's 26-0 against the ACC. He's never lost an ACC match.
Which is a really good conference.
Yes.
And this is not the ACC of the mid-2000s, guys. This
Right.
is the ACC of the 2020s, which is actually really good.
Correct. And his freshman year, I mean, he had multiple matches against Kennedy Monday.
Yes.
So Kenny tweets, no argument there, but will he win a title? That's the question. Without that, he'll be like Charles Barkley, LOL. Yeah, there's
But it's a really bad argument, though, Kyle, because Charles Barkley played in a team sport.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't really make any sense.
and he's
then
also
the second thing
known as like one of like, I don't know, I'm not going to say the greatest of all time, but he's an all-time player that people.
He's one of the 30 best, easily top 30 players of all time. But then Hayden.
The other thing is, Kenny only won one NCAA title also, and Hayden has multiple years left because of his eligibility issue. I mean, I don't want to guarantee Hayden's going to win a title, but, I think if you give him 2 more shots, the chances he wins in the next 2 years are relatively good.
Yeah, and if he doesn't win, it's not like, he wasn't favored to win any of his first 2 years. He was undefeated freshman, and he lost to Nolf in the finals. Then he was right there to beat Nolf.
Who knows how that match goes if they call that takedown in the first period, which it was a takedown.
Takedown. My son's still upset about that one. And then, but he didn't get third. I think he ended up finishing 4th in that bracket. But then he was having a great year last year. Who knows how that would have played out, because he'd have been in the mix for sure to win it last year, and that was taken away. So he's been great. But the response from Hayden is for being young. He is as Jordan Burroughs basically doesn't miss on Twitter. He picks his spots, and he's always on point. So Hayden responds here. Pull it up, Tyler.
This is great.
I can barely. Can you read it? It's so small on my screen.
Here, I'll pull it up on ours.
Even though there's some underlying animosity behind, behind this tweet for whatever reason, I respect you as a legend of the sport.
Here.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll start over. Even though there's some underlying animosity behind this tweet for whatever reason, I respect you as a legend of the sport. However, I'm comfortable with the legacy I'll leave at NC State and don't care what anyone has to say. Here's a visual of Charles Barkley last night. It's Charles Barkley dunking on someone with the UNC logo, which I gotta say, 10 out of 10 tweet from Hayden Hidlay. But it's just sort of a weird tweet from Coach Monday because one, there's like obviously some animosity as Hayden pointed out. Hayden's beaten Kennedy, I think, a couple times. And so it's a little, I don't know. It was just sort of a weird response there.
And it's not like Mason Beckman said anything about the NCAA championship, the NCAA title. He just really commented on the record against the ACC and how dominant, I guess, or effective Hayden's been. So yeah, it was like, listen, Kenny's came at me on Twitter a whole bunch of times too, and lots of times out of the blue. So I don't know what his deal is.
Yeah. He's a nice guy in person. No issues. He was cool when J.O. was in town. I'm blocked by him on Twitter. I have been for a little bit now.
What would you do?
It was when Kennedy went in the portal and then put out Instagram. And then like a day later, he was out of the portal or something. And I asked, or I said that was strange or something like that. And like I've never seen anything like that. Someone goes in the portal and out of the portal in like 3 days. Never seen that. But now Gabe Tag in the portal. But maybe he'll come out of the portal in a day too. I won't ask anyone. I won't say that that's strange that someone goes in the portal and out of the portal within a couple days. We'll just say that's very normal and move on. But yeah, weird little thing there. But good job by Hayden Hidlay. And we'll probably dive deeper into the NC State Virginia Tech duel tomorrow.
For sure.
That's going to be freaking awesome. Can't wait for that. We've got updated rankings. We got updated dual rankings. What are some of the bigger what are people yelling at you about the most, Bracky? And it's all deserved. It's all deserved.
I am sure Penn State fans will not be happy with the dual rankings. They were 3. I have dropped them to 5.
Wow.
And I've moved.
Boom, take that, Penn State.
And I have moved NC State and Missouri ahead of them.
Yes.
NC State has put it on 3 ranked teams. Missouri has done the same to pretty much everybody. And just looking at their resumes and then their lineups, I mean, they're really good from top to bottom. And I just feel like it is better than what Penn State. Obviously, I know they were supposed to wrestle more matches than they have, but still just felt like it was the right move at this time. Oklahoma State moves up a few spots, as does Virginia Tech. Nebraska drops a few. They haven't quite been that same team I think we thought they would be this year on paper. Let's see here.
Well, it's interesting. Missouri ranks so high as a dual team, but I thought they were going to be much higher. They're only ranked 10th in the tournament rankings.
We still haven't seen that big jump, I think, that we expect from Peyton Mako and Rocky Elam. Both
Mako, you guys actually have relatively high. You have Mako, I think, at 11.
Yeah, Keegan was who I meant.
And Rocky at 20 and 21.
Exactly, and I think we all think they're gonna finish higher than that. Yeah. So that once those guys make their move, I think you'll see them move up.
But the other thing is, tournament. A duel is different than a tournament. I mean, like a Jake Hughes, who's the number 10, 11, 12 guy, or Peyton Mako, they're really good dual meets. I mean, Missouri doesn't really have a weak weight. I think, who's Missouri's weakest weight? 84. What do you guys have him ranked at?
He's ranked Jeremiah Kent. He's like 22nd or something.
He's 22nd. He's undefeated this year. He's having a good year.
Yeah.
Connor Brown, maybe also. What do you have Connor Brown at?
Around the same. So he is 23.
Yeah. You guys have 4 Mizzou guys now between 20 and 23. Connor Brown, Keegan, Rocky Elam, and Jeremiah Kent. All 4 of those guys have been really effective in their duels this year. So I could see them, those 4, I could see them scoring a really solid amount of points at the NCAA tournament.
And Alan Hart, what a star he's been for those guys, coming in ranked 4th. I never saw that coming this year for that guy. Honestly, I wouldn't have put him in the starting lineup. I'd have said it'd probably be Edmond, and he's been the guy. Mm-hmm. We haven't talked about Brock Mahler, I feel like, at all this year, but we know he's a bona fide title contender.
Yep.
And we'll see with our guy Keegan. We definitely a slightly biased podcast here, but that's okay.
I think he'll get Whitlake in a few weeks at that Cowboy Challenge. That's a chance for him to really jump up.
That'll be a challenge, all right. Elam versus AJ again, and this time in folk style, right?
Yeah, and Noah Adams will be there as well.
Oh my gosh!
Ooh, let's go!
Is this in Stilly?
It's in Stilly.
That's in what? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Now 10 days? Something
like
that?
Valentine's Day.
Oh wow!
Beautiful.
Very romantic. So many dates.
Valentine's Day massacre.
Yes, could be. You never know. Okay, so that's what people are yelling at you about?
I don't know if I've really been yelled at about it. Honestly, not getting yelled at a ton. Just more questions. I know people were curious why we left. So we haven't seen Jarrett Degan. We asked and received no response, so we took him out because it's been a whole month and he hasn't wrestled a match. But they were curious why we left Dayton Fix and like Michichin, who haven't wrestled. Well, Dayton Fix, he's coming back February 10th, and everything points to him starting right away as soon as he is back. So we have a date.
He's got to win that wrestle off, I think.
Right, he's got to win the wrestle off. But we have a date for him. We know he's coming back, so that's why he's still in there. And then Michich, we were told by the Michigan coaching staff, was just a few weeks away, and then they were put on pause for COVID stuff. So we're not going to punish him for something out of his control.
The entire athletic department's got shut down.
Exactly. I don't know. You guys have any questions? I think.
Well, is there a debate about 41? Top 3?
Iowa fans are pissed about it. It was like they just realized what the rankings were last week. Yeah, I mean, I get their point. We just went with Sebastian Rivera's body of work, his wins.
Well, I think the weird thing for people, and I've never understood this, what does it matter what weight they did something at? There's no, one, Exhibit A, we've already seen Sebastian go up in weight and be awesome. He was the number 1 seed at NCAAs. He was the Big Ten champion. He beat
2 different weight classes in back-to-back years.
He beat Spencer Lee multiple times. He beat Seth Gross. He beat RBY. He beat DeSanto. His wins are exemplary, and because he's going up a weight.
I don't think he wrestled DeSanto.
Oh yeah, you're right. He never wrestled DeSanto. But some people, when they go up in weight, they want to punish them for changing weights because they haven't done it at the weight. But there's nothing to suggest. He's leaving a tougher weight, right, where he was excellent. So I don't understand why we think – it's not like there's some different rule set at a different weight class. It's not like wrestling's different. And the whole point is you say you want to make them prove it at the weight, but there's no data that suggests ever in the history of wrestling that going up in weight class – overall leads to diminished results. In fact, it seems to be the opposite.
Never.
It seems to be the opposite result. So the people that want to play the wait and see with someone like Rivera, who I think he is a deserving number 1 with what he's wrestled and the guys he's beaten.
Iowa, we haven't seen, and we know what Jane Ironman is, but he didn't wrestle last year. So that has nothing to do with it, but they're just saying like he should be number 1. He beat Nick Lee the last time they wrestled in folk style, and then the Penn State fans are saying, well, Nick Lee beat Ironman in freestyle, so he should be number 1.
No freestyle.
Right.
Jaden beat Nick Lee last time they wrestled. That was kind of ancient history. I think that was Nick's true freshman year, right?
I believe so.
Sort of ancient history. I could see a case for Lee over Ironman, really. More recent success, but I think Rivera is, for me, an obvious number 1.
Another thing I want to talk about, because I saw someone on Twitter say this, and now someone on Facebook is saying this. They don't understand why Tanner Sloan dropped, even though 9 of his 10 wins are by bonus points, and he has a win over top 20 guy. Well, he was already ranked ahead of that guy. And also, sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with what you did. Isaac Trumbull beat number 5, Nino Bonacorsi, and then Bonacorsi beat number 2, J.I. Yellow. Those are better wins than what Tanner Sloan has done.
So they pass Tanner Sloan. It looks like he goes down because he does go down, but it's not because of his bad performance.
Correct.
Because other guys are outperforming.
Right, and it's not that we think less of him. It's just like these guys happen to have an opportunity on their schedule to hit guys that were ranked in the top 5, and they won.
Yeah.
And Sloan might not have that in the dual schedule, but 197 in the Big 12 is absolutely loaded.
Yeah.
And he's going to have his shot at number 1 Noah Adams in Tulsa at the Big 12 tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, it stinks because he's been awesome this year, but it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah. So go ahead, Ben.
Dude, did you see the comment in the Facebook chat?
No.
That Mizzou might, I guess Coach Todd was on the Bader show yesterday. He said Mizzou might skip the OSU meet since it's so close to Max, and I guess some coronavirus worries. But it is only 12 days away, which would mean that there's potential of some type of guys quarantine or missing. But then that's weird that they're doing the Max so early, because then you have almost, I guess it's not a month, but 3 weeks plus till NCAA tournament.
Yeah. Man, that would be disappointing.
Yeah, that would suck.
The whole year we've been waiting to see. It's like, okay, they're destroying all these teams. Can't wait to see them get a more competitive team. And now I get this year's just stupid in general. So I understand. Hey, what's up with K Brock? I
think he might be hurt.
He kind of alluded to, Coach Smith sort of alluded, we'll know more next week. Or
yeah.
I
haven't seen anything else. But yeah, I would be kind of worried.
Dang it.
Yeah, I would be worried.
Oh, big bummer. Hopefully everything's good there. That would hurt Oklahoma State if they didn't have Cade Brock. Okay.
Yes.
Where to next? Oh, hey. Toughest Bracket Ever, Episode 2 is out. Please watch it. I watched it this morning. I really enjoyed it just because that was just such a fun time, such a fun era in wrestling, and revisiting some of those matches and the epic Bubba, Darian Caldwell semi, and it's cool to have it here in Jordan and Brent, and Bubba's great. Bubba kind of steals the show. He's really funny and dynamic. He talks about, he thinks there was some illegal stuff with his Metcalf match with how he got put down in the foot half or whatever. So he's not bitter. He's just Bubba. He's funny. He's entertaining about it. So I think check it out. It's up on the site right now. I think if you go to the homepage or the app. You guys seem to really like episode 1. This is the conclusion. I won't spoil who wins the bracket, but it's great. Maybe Ben will watch it today and he can let us know.
No, I actually didn't watch it last week. I'll probably try to watch it, but we talked about last week. That's my era, man. I've seen all those matches. I know everything, but it will be. I guess I'm most interested in hearing their perspective, especially now that it's their perspective a decade later. It should be very interesting to hear. And then, hey, one of the things, maybe I thought you guys are probably possibly under contract with the PFL or something, because I noticed that both Lance Palmer and Bubba Jenkins are in the featherweight PFL season, so they might fight this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you guys hyping that up a little bit.
Okay, that'd be cool. So is Bubba still fighting?
Yeah, he's in this PFL. So, in the PFL thing, they do a season, and then they do a tournament to a champion. And Lance Palmer's won the championship twice in a row. And so, he would have this would be his 3rd season in the PFL, and Bubba Jenkins is in that bracket. Lance has obviously been much more effective as a fighter. He's got a much better record than Bubba does.
Yeah, who would have thought? Okay. Yeah. Do we want to go to questions? Anywhere else we want to go?
Questions. We didn't do any yesterday at all.
None questions. Okay, here's one for our ranker.
Okay.
Kyle is going to war on Facebook.com right now.
Some guy
what's going on?
He just started to come at me about Missouri being ahead of Penn State in the dual rankings, even though 6 Penn State wrestlers are ranked ahead of Missouri wrestlers.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to do. I literally just explained it has to do with their resume. They've just absolutely destroyed every single person they've wrestled, including Northern Iowa and Iowa State and Wyoming, who's ranked 31-7, 34-6, 29-3. And I think if you look at some of those matchups, even though they may be ranked behind them, you might take the Missouri guy. Like, I'm taking Keegan over Joe Lee.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm probably gonna take Rocky Elam over Michael Beard.
Yeah, for sure. I think, I mean, they could always just beat Iowa, and that would settle things.
That's why I said you have Ohio State and Iowa still on the schedule now. Ohio State's right behind you, but it bolsters your resume, and you have number 1 Iowa in front of you. Go beat them.
That would help.
Go beat them.
Okay. Why is Mekhi Lewis ranked ahead of Gable Stevenson? And everyone,
I did not know this.
It's Stevenson.
Why is there?
It's not Stevenson. For the love of all that is good, it's Stevenson in the pound-for-pound rankings. I didn't do the ranking, but I get it. I mean, last time out, there's one NCAA champion in discussion.
There's one NCAA champion,
and his name's Mekhi Lewis. One.
Yeah, but dude, come on.
Two,
I mean, stop. Mekhi just got whooped by Carson Karchla. Put him down.
Freestyle?
Oh my God! How many times are we gonna talk about freestyle?
He got taken
results?
down 5 times.
All right, what should we have done? What should we have?
I'm speaking for the people here. I'm the people's voice. You guys are the corporation.
Okay, here we go.
If you want to do freestyle
Gable
pound for
Stevenson
pound rankings, go for it.
And what
I'm not doing freestyle pound for pound. I'm saying Carson Karchla whooped Mekhi's butt. There ain't no college kids whooping Gable's butt. Move Gable up.
No. This guy went through Marinelli, Wick, and Chenzo. Period.
Listen, freaking Gable might be the best guy in the world right now. He really might be the best guy in the world.
Listen, I picked Gable to win all wrestling contests for the last 5 years. I think he's going to make the Olympic team.
Okay,
then I think he's going to win the Olympic. No.
Mekhi had a terrible time at the, what was your guys' cup, RTC Cup? He got his butt kicked.
It's freestyle,
We're talking
Ben.
about a freestyle event in the
got
ballroom
taken
of
down.
a convention center in Cincinnati right now.
Don't ruin your own event, Kyle. Don't crap on your own event. When's the last time Gable got taken down that many times?
I'm just saying that is extremely different than the NCAA championships. And the one time he went to the NCAA championships, he lost to a guy that bumped up from 197.
I'm not telling you to put Mekhi Lewis below Alex Marinelli. I think Mekhi should be number 1 at 165. But when we're talking pound for pound, we need to take a little bit of every information, every point of data that we have. And every point of data says Gable should be higher than Mekhi. And I realize you have a little formula there. You got a plan. It doesn't work out.
There's no
you guys
formula.
are big corporate media, but us little guys, we don't get it. We know Gable's better.
Well, there's only one way to find out. We'll have them wrestle. We'll see who wins.
David McFadden tweeted this last week. He said that was the first takedown Mekhi has given up since his first collegiate match 2 years ago.
Okay, well, he gave up 4 of them.
No, Ben, you are still get off freestyle. Get off freestyle.
Hey, how would you? No,
you guys want me to imagine it didn't happen?
No, Ben, they are 2 completely different sports. How many times do we have to talk about this? Andrew Lears wins the U.S. Open, loses to Jared Hagan twice. Nick Reardon makes Final X, goes 0-2 at NCAA.
He's on the bench.
It's completely different. He can't start over Isaac
Not for
Trumbull.
every person. For a lot of people, it's the same.
No, it's not. It's absolutely not.
For a lot of people, it is. For a lot of people, there is a very, very high correlation between freestyle and folk style success. For a couple people, you guys are picking outliers, and these outliers annoy me as much as they annoy you. But their freestyle and folk style stats, they just don't match
Gabe
up.
Tagg, Junior World team member, messes up RBY, takes 2 straight from Jamie Hernandez, can't get in the starting lineup at UNC.
I don't know why. I don't know why that sometimes for some people it doesn't match up. But for the majority, for the great vast majority, freestyle and folk style are very, very highly correlated to each other.
I don't know that that's. I mean,
that's definitely true. Do a study on it.
No, because these are NCAA rankings for NCAA wrestling, folk style wrestling. Lucas Sheridan pinned Jaden Cox What would you have done then?
Oh, now we're saying one lucky headlock.
Oh,
We're gonna
now,
bring that up
lucky
as a data
headlocks.
point?
This is why you're not in the guild, Ben.
We're
I'm
really
sorry.
gonna bring that up.
You're not in the guild.
I'll burn your guild down.
You can't. You can't storm this capital. You just got to deal with it.
It's just like if you had argued Gable has been much more dominant, because he's been much more dominant than Mackay. That is a very valid argument, and I can see that and get on board with that. And he has more close matches, but at the same time, he still keeps winning. I don't know how many matches is up to now in a row. Heck, Noah Adams is on like almost a 40-match win streak, and he's like 20-something in the pound for pound.
18th.
Yeah.
Didn't he lose at U23s?
Yeah, he lost at U23s, but
Ben doesn't care about that one. Ben doesn't care about that one.
Well, I mean, I just don't study Noah Adams, but listen, I know a lot about Gable Stevenson and Mackay Lewis. And listen, I mean,
you don't even know how to say his name. Stevenson. Stevenson.
Yeah,
it's not Stevenson. I know so much about him other than his name. You don't even know his name. Do you know his middle name? His name's Gable Dan Stevenson.
Dan, it's really funny, actually. I'm not saying Mackay Lewis is bad. I'm saying he is literally the third best wrestler pound for pound in college wrestling, but he's not better than Gable.
He's not better than Gable at freestyle.
Gable and Spencer. It's Gable and Spencer. That's it. Those are the two right now.
I'm looking at one NCAA championship among them.
Oh my goodness gracious!
He did.
All right, there's no reason.
As a freshman too against the two-time defending national champion.
No reasoning with you.
Well, no. If you had just brought folk style only and been like, listen, he's been completely dominant against the top guys in his weight class. That is a much more valid argument and one that actually has legs than bringing freestyle results into this.
There's no reasoning with you guys.
Especially when the Carson Clarkson match was Mackay's first match in over a year.
Yeah.
There's no reasoning with you guys.
You're right.
Well, there is if you bring actual logic.
All right, he's ready.
All right, let's go to the next topic.
As a wrestler, did you hate or love snow days? I thought this was an interesting question. Who doesn't love snow days?
Yeah, who doesn't love snow days? I don't know what the heck.
I actually didn't like them that much.
Yeah,
they threw my routine like all off.
Here we go, OCD Bracky here.
You're OCD Bracky?
No,
I don't know. When I like during the high school season, I was I don't know. I was pretty strict about like my diet and when I ate and all that stuff, and then just threw everything off. And sometimes we had practice in the morning, sometimes it'd be in the afternoon. I don't know. I actually during the season, I actually would just rather just go to school and do the routine.
Yeah,
you're crazy.
When I was coaching, I hated them.
Wrong.
I hated snow days when I was coaching because like,
why?
Because the area in which Buffalo Gap gets students from is like enormous, and some people live way up, and they literally can't get in from Deerfield, Virginia to the high school. It's like a half hour, 35-minute drive in the snow. Then you're asking a high schooler to, brave the elements. So, we would never get the full team out there and all this stuff. So it was kind of annoying. But who doesn't love snow days other than that? If it wasn't wrestling season, they're great. Do you get snow days in Wisconsin? Because like West Virginia is like middle of the road. So like when it snows, it's still like a big deal. Like, well, I have family in like upstate New York, and it's like there are no snow days. It's just like you go to school almost always, even in whiteout conditions.
The threshold's different, right? Like in Missouri, if you got 1 inch of snow, to your point, it's kind of like, oh shit, and people are off the road everywhere. Mm-hmm. And in Wisconsin, to get a snow day, you're gonna need a good solid 8 to 10 inches. Otherwise, there's no snow day.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Jared Ball, this is a great question. As good as 2021 Iowa is, do they finish third at the 2018 NCAAs?
Oh my goodness, we should do the math on this.
I'm not sure. I'm thinking, I don't know, because
we could do that. Hold on, we could do this right now, Christian. Let's just rank them 1, 2, and 3. Get the starters from all 3 teams and rank them 1, 2, and 3.
Yep, let's do it. I'm making a sheet right now. I'm gonna share Tyler on it right now. Sheet. Brunet. So that Spencer's in the mix for them again. Here we go. So
What do you mean? Spencer's in the mix.
So I'm thinking of the lineups here. So you've got.
Oh, you got to type up all the lineups.
Spencer Lee.
Well, you just got
Robbie.
2018. 2018. Well, they had a not. Yeah, it was Carson Kuhn. That was their worst weight.
Yes, by far. And then 125 for Ohio State that year was
Nathan Tomasello.
NATO. Okay. 133. You've got for Iowa, Austin DeSanto. Who was 33 for that was RBY, true freshman year, right?
No.
No, you're right.
He was in
Why am
high
I
school
forgetting?
still.
All right, we got to pull this up quick.
I'm trying.
I'm trying. Zane Rutherford, Techfold, Micah Jordan, 49. Why is this? Yeah, this thing's not giving me all the weight classes on here. Why is this hard? Well, you had Nick Lee versus
Joey McKenna.
Joey McKenna, thank you. That's a great match.
That's great.
You had Nolf was out. Can we put Nolf in the lineup or not?
Yeah,
in
the dual NCAAs.
It's NCAAs. We're not looking at conferences.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then
133
149 was
Corey Keener.
Keyshawn.
Oh man, what a 1-2 punch!
Oh man, they're getting roughed up here.
They still won. Jeez.
Yes.
Zane, Nolf, Chinzo, Mark Hall, Bo Nickel, Shakur Rashid, Nick Nevels for Penn State.
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Man, maybe we need to do this tomorrow.
Let's do it tomorrow.
We're more
organized.
We'll do it right.
Food fluids.
So someone sent, I can't find the original tweet, but someone sent a tweet that the rate of toothlessness is highest in West Virginia.
Yeah, that was just disrespectful and uncalled for.
But it could be disrespectful. It was definitely uncalled for. But the problem is it true?
I don't know.
Is it true?
You can find anything on the internet to back up what you're saying.
I'm going to Google it.
Virginia came in. So West Virginia came in first. Virginia was 45th in the toothlessness rate.
Really?
I'm so proud.
West Virginia, 33%. What? 33% of the people seniors have no teeth. Old people, 33% of old people have no teeth.
This is really
what?
Weird.
But you know what? You know what makes it tough is you think toothless. That almost sounds like no teeth, but really that's just one missing tooth.
Oh, really? It's not. I figured it was no teeth. If they have toothlessness, that means no teeth.
Yeah, they just have missing teeth. A couple fell out.
Oh gosh, Kyle. Thank God you moved to Texas.
That was mean.
Yeah. Someone asked, what is up with Ryan Deacon, and is he moving up to 165? This is being reported on a Northwestern message board. What do you think, Steve?
I first of all did not know Northwestern had message boards.
That was going to be the revelation for me as well.
Is this Wrestling Never Dies as a Cat fan?
It was from Jamie Belk. I'm assuming an heir to the department store.
Do you remember him?
Fortune.
What happened to him?
What did happen to him? He was electric on the Hawkeye Report.
Yeah. I have not heard that, and Coach Storniolo told us last week that he would be back in the lineup, and he said 157.
But he said he was going to wrestle last week, right?
He did.
Yes.
Man,
But it's so hard.
But I don't, contact tracing.
yeah.
So.
So it sounds like he would still listen. No matter what weight Ryan Deacon wrestles, he's going to look enormous for it. So we'll see.
Yes.
Okay. For Ben, this is from Jordan Tomey. For Ben, 1, if Dogecoin was a wrestler, who would it be? 2, what is Dogecoin's ceiling in your opinion?
Okay, Dogecoin would be. You guys gotta help me think. Yeah, Dogecoin. That's just correct. It's gotta be someone who's like really flashy, has a lot of popularity, but is actually not very good. Who would that be?
Oh well, I don't. I wish you didn't say they're not very good.
Yeah,
but flashy.
Flashy and not very good. So okay, maybe
Anthony Mantanona at times. He's got some stuff.
that'd be a good one.
So you don't have a lot of money in the Dogecoin game?
I don't have any. It's like a meme coin. I mean, it went up. It's generally worth less than a penny.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'll check what current price.
Classic
is real quick.
buy low.
But, so it's generally worth less than a penny. It is actually at 3 cents, but last week it was less than a penny, and this grew. Wall Street Bets meme coined it, and it went up to like 7 cents in one day. So at least a few people made a lot of money off of it. Yeah, let's see. So in the last week, 1 week ago, it was worth 0.7 of a penny, and then it went to 7 cents. So a few people made money on it. Yeah.
Dang. 7x.
No, I do not own any.
No Dogecoin. Okay. So their ceiling is around less than 1 cent.
No, I mean, who knows? This is a crypto market bull run. Everything's gonna go up. I don't know, 10, 20, 30 cents. I'm not sure. It'll go up. I don't know how much it'll go up. But yeah, it's not. I don't know. It's not like Bitcoin. It's not great or anything.
Man, Roy Donk, jazz legend, asked a great question, but I didn't get to ask it yesterday. But he said, if Caleb Young sees his shadow tomorrow, will he be an All-American again? Which would have been great to ask yesterday. But Punxsutawney Phil predicts 6 more weeks of winter.
He sucks.
You don't like Phil?
No, he sucks.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
what
go.
percentage of the time is he right, Kyle?
I don't know. Let's look that up.
It's funny that just like you can't not bring up that Caleb Young's from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. It's just like
he's only 39% accurate. I mean, what a
39.
liar.
That's terrible. Why would you even bother?
You could basically listen.
You flip a coin to be more accurate.
Flip a coin. Punxsutawney Penny
instead,
would be more accurate.
We take out this groundhog and these old dudes in their weird getup, just stare at them. They put them down, they just stare at them. Bunch of weirdos.
Man,
so creepy.
Yeah, that's too bad.
This guy's a fraud.
Okay, Matt Smith. True or false? Spencer will not make it out of the first period until the 3rd Saturday in March.
There's a good chance of that.
I feel like
honestly, yeah, there's a solid chance of that. Well, what the heck is Nick Serrano doing, Christian? Is he coming back at 125?
Man, I don't know.
Someone tell us, please.
My thought is no. But
why doesn't Dayton Fix come back at 125? I mean, for God's sakes, he's got to make it at the Olympic trials April 4th and 5th. He might as well just freaking wrestle it the whole time. It's the same weight class.
Maybe they don't want to disrupt Mastro, him, mess up his season. I don't know.
Just doesn't want to make it that many times. I don't know.
Well, I mean, honestly, he'd have to make it 3 times?
Spencer?
I mean, you have to make it multiple times at the.
So if he came back February 10th, he could wrestle at the Cowboy Challenge, the second Bedlam, Big 12s, which is 2 days, so that's 4, and then 3 NCAA weigh-ins, which would be 7 weigh-ins.
Man, in the span of a month,
yeah,
7 times down to.
Maybe he just misses one of them. Maybe only does 3.
Yeah,
I mean, guys, here's the thing, and I don't know. I know nothing about Dayton Fix's weight. I'm just saying, with the current weigh-in system, where you have to make it scratch on both mornings, these guys they're not going to be that effective if they're cutting boatloads of weight. So they're going to have to naturally bring their body weights down. And so, the weigh-in procedure for a freestyle event for these guys and a weigh-in procedure for a folk style event, while 3 years ago they were vastly different, now they're pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to see Dayton versus Spencer in the worst way. I don't think he'll go. It makes sense. Everyone understands the logic behind him if he did go 125, but then I just don't see them disrupting Mastro, especially when he's a natural 33. Just makes sense. I'm curious to watch him again, though. Excited for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, and does he just have an easier path to the title at 33 with no Spencer?
Oh. Well, it's interesting. Well, one, the answer is yes, but 33 is tough with Stevan, RBY,
For sure.
DeSanto.
And at 25, you're pretty much guaranteed you're in the finals.
Back somewhere.
Maybe.
Well, if Suriano comes back at 33, then man, just depth. You have to beat either Spencer or you have to beat Suriano, Micic, Bravo Young, and DeSanto. I mean,
if he comes back, it'll be 25 with Suriano.
If he comes back.
Yeah.
Oh, we're saying if. Okay. So it's not a sure thing anymore.
No.
Okay.
But the actual you have to answer. You can't say it's a possibility. We know it's a possibility. That's why the question exists. Spencer will not make it out of the first period until the third Saturday March. True or false? We know it's possible. What do you think is going to happen?
I'll say false. I'll say he goes into the second and third. I'll say he bonuses his way until the NCAA tournament. But he'll make it to the second or third period.
Yeah, I mean, Cardani was sort of close to making it. Someone will get out of the first period at some point.
Someone's out of the first period, yes.
It might be like 14-0 or something like that, but
yeah,
I have a feeling someone will get out.
But it's clear that that's a goal of his, to just pin everyone, pin him quickly. And 3 minutes is a long time out there with him.
Yes, it is.
So
especially when he takes you down in like the first 20 seconds.
He gets a takedown in the first 20 seconds no matter what.
Yeah.
Every time.
It's unbelievable.
There was actually someone asked FRL a question yesterday, and we were talking about it in the office later in the day because someone wanted to know who would last longer, me against Spencer Lee or Spay against Ben.
Yes, this was going to be the next question I asked.
Okay, I didn't know.
That's a great question.
Bracky, I got faith in you. I have faith in you, Bracky. I'm gonna get Spay in under 30 seconds. So
that's what I said. He said like 45 seconds. He has a good 45 seconds before he gasses.
I don't think
he
so.
Said he
might
said
get his neck before 45 seconds.
He said that he would be able to. It was so funny because Bader was talking with him about it, and he was like, "I'll be able to dance around." and Bader gave him the eye, like, would you
be able to dance around? I know Ben is not exactly fleet of foot, but
I was like, Spay, he's just gonna grab you and throw you down.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run at him because it's not like I have any worry of him doing anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can totally come at him like he's just gonna.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run at him until I catch him, and then I'm gonna boop boop. Done.
I think it's pretty clear.
I think you can last 30 seconds, Bracky. I think you can do it.
I do too. Spay actually told me he thought I could get out of the first period, and I was like, that's utterly ridiculous. And I could not.
Why do you think that? See, that for some reason, that makes, if he thinks that, then that takes his own view of himself completely. Like, he just doesn't understand what the worlds we're discussing right now. Bracky would absolutely get pinned in the first period.
Yes.
But he's going to have a little bit of a size. Bracky's athletic. Are we going to put him in the Spencer Lee athleticism category? Not yet. You know, there's still maybe.
I mean, let's see him dunk.
Bring him here. Let's see if he can do the 360 off the wall dunk, and then we'll understand if Spencer's actually a true athlete like Kyle.
I'm gonna say Kyle's. So listen, I'm gonna literally if Spade takes off, I'm gonna just literally run at him. Okay, because I am not worried about anything happening. I think if Spencer Lee were to run it, Kyle would be athletic enough to drop and double.
Yeah, I get. So. Yeah, no, I just drop it on a leg and hold on, and chew up some time at least.
Yeah,
he'll score on me, but I'll chew up some time.
And you are gonna have 25 pounds on him.
Yes. Yeah.
That's gonna be something. That I don't know. Maybe you keep it to a low major.
I love this. We've gone from not getting pinned in 30 seconds, making it out of the first period. Now we're at a low major. Now he's getting a takedown with 30 seconds left to major me.
Yeah, it could be an Andy Smith situation. You get that quick escape and you get a takedown, and then you have momentum.
Yeah.
When and then you shake his hand. You say, "I'll see you at Big Ten, Spencer."
Okay, you know who my Dogecoin is? My Dogecoin is now Andy Smith because, he gets talked about all the time for some reason. And no one's really entirely sure why Andy Smith gets brought up on the biggest show in wrestling on a daily basis. There, Dogecoin, Andy Smith.
Okay, we'll see. Well, I think actually Jordan Decatur's a Dogecoin.
What? No, he's got accomplishments. He's got stuff. Andy Smith, I don't know. God, I feel so bad talking. Andy Smith, I love you. There's nothing personal here. But Christian brings you up every day. I don't know if he won a state title even. I don't know what this guy's done.
You brought him up today. He's absolutely a state champion.
You just said his name before I did.
He's a 5-time All-American.
State champion. He was a state champion. Christiansburg.
Yeah,
what are they? The Demons?
Yeah, Blue Demons.
Blue Demons.
Yeah, they're gonna freaking possess you, Ben. You're gonna get possessed by the Blue Demons. Okay.
My freshman year of high school, we went down and dueled Christiansburg, and we wrestled like 2 hours before Virginia Tech and like Duke wrestled.
Nice.
They're in the Christiansburg gym, and there were like 100 people.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yikes. For the duel?
Yeah, for our duel with Christiansburg. I don't know if they got some more people for the college duel. We didn't get to stay. We got right back on the bus.
Dang. Is that where you beat Devin Carter?
I did not wrestle Devin Carter.
Oh, okay.
My teammate beat Devin Carter.
He did?
Yeah.
I was making a joke.
Yeah.
No one beat Devin Carter. Stop playing.
Jordan Nolan. 3-time state West Virginia state champ.
That was your best man.
Yeah.
Your best man beat Devin Carter?
Yes.
All right, this is bullcrap.
Devin Carter, he did have a little bit of a size advantage. Devin Carter was like a 95-pound freshman.
This was that year.
Yeah. And Jordan was a freshman too. He was just a full-size 3-pounder.
Yeah, Devin Carter, only a 3-time state champion. They were giving out 4-timers like hotcakes, and Devin, he weighed like 64 pounds and lost in like tiebreakers.
He did do
But you know who he lost to, Ben? You know this guy, or probably Tony Gravely. Do you know who that is? He's like a fighter.
Doesn't he like
Tony
train
Gravely?
at Tech now?
He trains at Tech. Yeah, he's like a good fighter. He was an NCAA qualifier at App State.
I'm looking him up. Hold on. Tony Gravely, MMA stats.
But before the duel started,
Wow, this guy's fought a lot. He's got 26 fights.
I think they played Inner Sandman, and then Devin came running out and did like backflips and back handsprings and stuff.
Man.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Who'd you wrestle? Did you wrestle?
Yeah, I lost. I don't know who it was. It was because I was the year I weighed 100 pounds, wrestling 112.
Perfect.
Lost like 9-5, something like that. I don't know who the kid was.
Well, who else was on that team? You had some Epperleys involved. I'm sure there were Epperleys. Probably Matt.
Yeah, I don't know which ones, but the big match was Cody Gardner was at 215.
Oh man.
But we had an 89-pounder. Yeah. We had an 89-pounder that won Fargo. Was a 4-time West Virginia state champ, and he bumped up and wrestled Cody.
Name?
Andy Thomas, and he bumped up and wrestled Cody, and it was a really good match. Cody won. It was like 5-2 or something like that. But Andy had a sweet reversal, and he like kind of had a half and like a bottom leg, and Cody was just too big. But we all went crazy because we thought he was going to turn him with it.
Dang. Okay, from Siowa 14. This is maybe Sion, but probably not. After watching wrestling all weekend, I'm convinced wrestling entire matches from your knees is not stalling. Can you convince me otherwise?
Is not stalling?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I guess if you somehow shoot a lot, it's not stalling. But for the majority of people who stay on their knees, it's stalling as bad as the dude who double grabbed the wrist for like 7 minutes straight.
Piscaglia. I feel like that's gonna be if I ever wrestle Bracky again in a tech fall challenge, I'm gonna Piscaglia like a mother trucker.
We had a number of questions about that. There were people pissed off about it.
About
I was pissed off
the knee
about
wrestling.
The knee wrestling.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I'm not a
knee
big fan
wrestling?
of it either. I don't know. I mean, Ferrari does
Ferrari
some.
Sheets.
Oh, Sheets. I didn't get to watch Iowa State, Oklahoma State.
We watched enough of it, I suppose.
Yeah, I saw the 10 seconds that mattered.
Oh god. To change college wrestling forever.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Was the student part of the student athlete look like during COVID? I imagine there aren't study halls and probably no note takers. What support systems do high level athletes normally get their change / still in place? I mean,
Well, here's what I noticed, Christian.
Okay.
Did you notice this? I want to see if you noticed this. Everyone's out. Everyone last match is putting best GPA ever, 3-point whatever. I'm thinking, how are these mugs doing this good? They must just be giving out grades during Corona or something.
I don't know. It feels, I don't know about that, but I think.
You didn't see those?
No,
People are posting
but I
best
feel like I
GPA
see them
ever.
all the time. I feel like you see those.
Ooh, I saw a few where I was like, dude, you're telling me the whole team got a 3-4? Like, something's up here. This doesn't add up.
Yeah. I'm sure that there's some sort of modified study halls. You can have tutors over Zoom. Basically, anything you can do almost everything over the dang internet.
Did you hear what? It's funny. It reminds me of this. What Gronk was doing
No.
during the offseason. So Tampa Bay wanted essentially proof that he was staying in shape. So they wanted him to video him doing all these sprint workouts. So he would just do them all in one day and just change his shirt.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no, he did not.
Yeah. And
That's so great.
And then each day he would send the video of him doing sprints.
Oh my gosh.
Stop. Did he? How did they figure it out?
He told people, he admitted to it this week in
stopped
Super
doing
Bowl
it?
week. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's so genius. Oh, that's so
no.
great. Tell me you love that, Christian. You
It's
gotta
such a
love that.
Gronk thing.
I love it. It's genius. He's at that really. I mean, dude's a professional. The greatest tight end ever. I mean, just
Yeah.
if he says he's playing, he's playing. He'll be ready.
He'll show up in shape.
What are the chances that Tom Brady gets him more involved? Like they just go to him like crazy in the Super Bowl.
I don't think they're gonna force it.
I think you force it. Get some Gronk spikes going. Who's gonna win?
I'm
watch
taking the
football.
Chiefs. I'm taking the Chiefs, but obviously can't count out Tom Brady.
You mustn't. Okay, 9:33. You got anything else before we depart, friends? We'll do this. 2018 Penn State,
fun.
Ohio State versus Iowa. That's gonna be a fun thing tomorrow. We'll talk about NC State, Virginia Tech, and a little weekend preview. And that's it. Happy Wednesday to you. We appreciate you guys tuning in so much. We'll be back tomorrow, Thursday. I already said that. I already said what we're going to talk about. So at this point, there's nothing to do but leave. Thank you very much. Happy Wednesday.